Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Season 7 of Realm is kicking off tonight, so that means we are doing another series of Realm NFT for Season 7. This one's going to be a lot different than some of the ones in the past. The last couple seasons, we really focused on the advanced strategies and really pushed in the Gold League. This season, we're taking a huge step back, and this one's for new players, beginners, to try and give you, it's an experiment, but the goal of it is to give you a blueprint on how to get started if you're a brand new player. What we are going to do is start with a fresh account. That means has not been played on before. We got permission from the Realm team to go ahead and do this. I will not be playing my other account, so I am not multi or dual logging in. I'm not playing multiple accounts. I'm only playing one account specifically for this video to try and help out new players. So my old account, you'll see that's dormant. You can even keep an eye on it. You know my wallet address, so you'll be able to see that. Not even going to log into that one this season. All right, now that we got that out of the way, what I'm going to be doing this season, again, as I mentioned, I'm going to start with a fresh account. We'll dive into the details, basically kind of give you an idea of what I'm starting out with. I am starting out with a low budget, so it's not like I'm moving everything from my Gold League over here. Starting with a small budget, specific NFTs, and we'll go ahead and roll from there and see how advanced strategies work for beginners. So that's what we're going to focus on, and I'll dive into that a little bit more throughout this video, but I wanted to highlight some of the details for Season 7 that are coming out. It kicks off tonight, February 8th, depending on when you're watching this. It should be tonight. It kicks off. It is a 12-week season, so it's a lot longer than past seasons. They're trying to extend it so they can focus on some bigger games or bigger unannounced items that are coming out for the project. They did release the schedule, so you can see from the schedule that there are 2 global events that are going to happen, plus a number of other weekend events that happen typically. This is the first time that they're going to be doing 2 global events. And as I've mentioned in the past, the global events are my favorite part of the seasons, so I'm glad that there are 2 of them this season. But we'll go ahead and kick off with that tonight. And remember, from February 12th through the 22nd, at least run one mission. Even if you're very new, you'll go ahead and get that promo NFT that goes along with the game. All right. Well, a couple other things I wanted to mention. There is some restructuring with the actual league itself and the rewards. There's been a lot of feedback as far as making some adjustments. They listened to the community, which is great. So they've went ahead and added some additional tiers and rewards for doing well each season. Gold season, you know how I've talked about in the past that my big goal was to get in the top 50 because I wanted to get that 5-star hacker that goes along with it. I haven't had luck with that with the gold. The nice thing that they have added is they've added some leaders to 50 through 100, I should say 51 through 100, which is a great addition that gives people some help as far as those that are looking for additional leaders. So they've added that tier. They've also added if you're in gold or silver league and you get you participate at some point throughout the season, even if you're over 101. You'll still get a token, which is it's a decent reward that you can use for future seasons. As I mentioned, I'm going to be focused on the Bronze League, brand new beginner. So these are the rewards that I'm looking at. I don't think I'll be in the top 3. Again, this is an experiment, a limited budget, so it's not like I'm coming in with a whale budget. So we'll see how we end up with the season as the season goes. Also wanted to mention that they did drop a number of their normal packs that they do at the beginning of every season or right before the beginning of every season. They sold out in a heartbeat. They always sell out fast. This season, they seem to have sold out even faster. So they are listening to the community, and they're going to be looking to do another, I'm assuming a smaller amount of pack sales to try and help some of the people out. They're also going to go ahead because there may have been a bot issue, and that's why they sold out so fast. So they're going to put some sort of criteria in there for the sale, some sort of whitelisting. I don't know those details yet, but if I find them out soon in the next episode, I'll go ahead and mention them. But they are going to go ahead and do some additional packs. These packs are great because they give you some great rewards in there, especially the Ultimate pack. So keep an eye out for those. The Ultimate, the main thing that they guarantee you in this one is the Supervisor, which is the brand new leader that was introduced last season, which gives you a boost on basically resource production. So we'll go ahead and check those out once those come out, at least the additional packs. So let's talk about my personal approach to the season. As I mentioned, I'm going to go ahead and try and take some of the advanced strategies that I've been working on and showing you over the last few seasons and really showing you them as a beginner, brand new, limited budget. I don't have any 5-star leaders going into this. So I know there's a lot of people out there that do not have 5-star leaders. So I wanted to show you that without 5-star leaders. My budget going into the season is $100. I know that still may be a lot steep for a lot of people, but I wanted to at least show different aspects of it. You can go ahead and trim down this initial buy, however your budget, whatever works for your budget, and I'll show you a few ways that you can do that. But I'm going ahead with basically a $100 budget. I'm focused on specific NFTs, a few leaders, and some RLM. So the first thing I did was, with my budget, I went ahead and bought one of every single one of the helpers because they're going to be useful down the road. If you want to reduce your budget a little bit, you can go ahead and eliminate a few of these. Take a look. There are a number of leaders that work over multiple types of missions. For example, the engineer works over 2 different types of missions. The lawyers works over 2 different types of missions, so you may want to prioritize those. That is completely up to you, but I went ahead and grabbed one of each of those. I also grabbed a number of these low-tier treasure tokens because they are great very early to go ahead and give you that quick boost of resources or titanium, whatever you need to go ahead and really try and level up as quickly as possible, especially for that first stage or that first area. So I just grabbed a number of common ones. They're relatively cheap on the market right now. They're about 43 cents a pop. And I have one of the rare ones, which is about $1.63 a pop. In addition to that, I went ahead and have these. These are the promo stickers. They're super cheap, 10 cents, 27 cents, all 31 cents, all super cheap. You can go ahead and get them on the market if you were able to earn them in past seasons. That's great. They give you a little bit of a boost with the resource production. They're super cheap. They're helpful early on, especially when resources are hard to get initially. So I just went ahead and grabbed these. Again, probably all of them together was maybe like $1.50. So it was a very small portion of my budget, and I think they were really like I went through everything else, and I had like $1 or something left. So I went ahead and grabbed these. Just a nice boost early in the game. All right, now we'll talk about the more expensive parts of my purchase. As you can see right now, I've estimated value is 90. When I actually purchased these, they were 102 for this whole collection. So as you can see, the price fluctuates a little bit. So if you buy it right now, you'll get a better deal. You'll be able to get a few more things than I will. But as far as the more expensive items, I did grab 2 leaders. A trucker, 4-star, and a general 4-star. These are because it's just there. I use them a lot. I use a general to run a lot of missions, and the trucker provides a lot of great value, especially early on with the harvesting and things like that. I also have a few of the equipments. What you can do to kind of reduce your budget is you can go for a lower rarity of these equipments or a lower star count of the leaders. Totally work with your budget. As you drop down into the 2 and 3 stars, it's a significant drop in the cost of them. For this one, it's $15. I'm not sure off the top of my head, but it may be $5 or so for a lower star one. So that's another way you could reduce your overall budget. And same with the equipment. Go ahead and reduce that. These can be pretty pricey. Like I said, just the 3 of these that I have here is about $25. Maybe a little bit more, maybe about $27. So if you go a lower tier, it's a whole lot cheaper. But I just did that with this. And I have $10 left over. What I'm also adding into this is 5,000 RLM because I think that'll be useful very early as far as the speeding up some of the production and especially with like the research center and things like that. Speeding that production up, I think, will be very helpful early in the game. Since I have a $10 gap in my budget, I may look at one of these, the packs. As I mentioned, they're going to relist some of these packs. So I may grab one of the packs because it's going to give me a whole bunch of additional leaders in there, plus a chance of getting a 5-star or a platinum supervisor, which I think will be super helpful. So I may add that to my starting point. I'm undecided on that yet because I could use a few additional leaders in here, especially as we expand past Africa. So that may come in there, and I'll tell you next episode if I end up doing that. But this is a good way to start as far as your budget goes. If you're super early in budget, what I'm going to do with these, as I mentioned, I'm going to use the RLM, the 5,000 RLM, plus these tokens to really boost that initial stage, that Africa, the first region. I'm still trying to get out of that region as quickly as possible, but I also want to focus on technology and research super duper early. So these two things will help me with that. Plus the promos will give me an extra production, and these guys will be very useful also. So I hope this is helpful. We're going to continue to go through this. This is a 12-week season, so I may do weekly. I may do every other week. I'm not sure. I kind of want to see how the progression goes. I'm assuming the progression will be slower because it's over a longer period of time. So I'm curious on that. We'll kind of base it. Maybe the first couple episodes will be weekly, and then we'll stretch it out to every 2 weeks. So if you're a beginner, I'm hoping this will be a blueprint. Follow along with me. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you're more advanced and you want to keep an eye on this, I understand that I can get things like The Economist. I can get other things that are really going to help boost it up, but I want to keep this in a budget range for new players that are jumping in. This is not a whale series. So I'm happy for any comments, any feedback, but if you're going to please refrain from saying go ahead and buy this 5-star, buy 2 economy 5-star or economist 5 stars, buy 2 this 5 stars, because that doesn't really help this series. Trying to keep it within a budget. Again, $100 starting budget plus maybe a pack. I'm undecided on that one yet, but there are many ways that you can reduce this budget to really work for you. Just a quick recap on ways you could reduce the budget. So, say you have a $50 budget or a $25 budget. Get lower star leaders. They'll still be useful. You don't need this equipment. This is just an added boost for me. If you want to get the equipment, go ahead and get lower rarities. They're a lot cheaper that way. You do not need these promo stickers. They're only, like I said, $1.50 total. And you can also reduce the number of helpers that you have. You can maybe start out with 2 or 3 helpers, like a lawyer, an engineer, a surgeon, things like that, whatever works best for you. That will also reduce, like each of these helpers are $2 each. So if you can cut 3 or 4 of them out, that's $6 or $7. I'm sorry, $6 or $8. Just ways that you could reduce it to fit your budget. So we'll work through that. Like I said, I want to come out of this with a blueprint for beginners with advanced strategies. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.